What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sport Odds Scoreboard. I'm your host, Anthony, and I'll be taking you through all the latest sport odds and results from around the world. We got a big show lined up for you today. We got all the latest action from the world of AFL. We'll take you through all the action from the Live Golf on the weekend. We'll dive into some EPL, some A-League, and finish off with some NBA and tennis. Just a reminder, the Sport Odds Scoreboard is a podcast that gives you a quick overview of all the latest sport odds and results from around the world. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe on all your famous, popular streaming services. That'd be great. And let me know if you've got any feedback for the show. That would also be great. I'm available on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all at the Sport Odds Scoreboard. All right, without mucking around, let's get into this special Tuesday edition of the Sport Odds Scoreboard. This is your Sport Odds Scoreboard for Tuesday, the 24th of April.
This is going all the way. Chase Koepka, 12. The watering hole, he's posing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Chase Koepka.
Yeah. Oh!
There it is! There it is! We promised you an ace on 12, and Chase Koepka has delivered!
What a piece of sporting history that was. Still trying to wrap my head around just how good that was. Great weekend and a great fortnight for one of the greatest cities in the world, and that is Adelaide. We're going to quickly recap Live Golf, where we saw Taylor Gooch hang on with a bit of a nervous last round. He was at 19 under. He was $23 to win the corporates. Lahiri was chasing him down, got pretty tight there with the last few holes. He finished at 16 under. He was $29 to win the tourney. Top five, you could have seen $6.50. And Big Paddy Perez, Patrick Reed and Cam Smith finished on 15 under, all tied for third. Odds there for the top five. Perez was 11s, Pat Reed $4.50, and Cam Smith was $3.60. Live Golf moves on to Singapore this week, where we'll have some odds for you on the next episode. Let us know what you thought of the Live Golf. Obviously seemed to kickstart in Adelaide, so hopefully can take a bit of momentum around the world.
Football.
All right, we'll dive into all the AFL action from the weekend and upcoming for the next couple of nights. On Friday, we saw Bulldogs defeat Freo 118 to 69. Bulldogs starting that one $2.05. Freo were $1.80 favourites. Port comfortably took care of Eagles 109 to 69. Power starting that one $1.05, and West Coast were $11. The Lions defeated GWS 108 to 87. Lions starting that one $1.35, and Giants were $3.35. In the grand final rematch, Geelonng took care of business. They defeated the Swans easy 130 to 37. Could have seen an easy $1.40 there for Geelonng, and Swans were $3.10. Crows got over the line against the Hawks in a nail-biter. That was 79 to 76. Crows starting $1.25. Hawks were $4.15. Roster Boss continued his winning ways. Saints defeated Carlton 82 to 60. Saints starting that one slight favourites $1.77, and the Blues were $2.10. And Gold Coast defeated North Melbourne yesterday by 43 points. Suns started that one $1.22, and the Roos were $4.50. The score there was 97 Gold Coast, 54 to the Roos. We've got two games left for the round with a pre-Anzac game tonight. Dees starting that one short, $1.27. They've come in through the week, started $1.30 plus, and Richmond are at $4. Lions currently set at 22.5, and the game totals are at 170.5. And tomorrow in the blockbuster Anzac, second versus third match. Dons are currently $2.70, Pies are $1.47. The Lions currently 13.5, and the totals are 170.5.
Soccer.
Let's head over to Europe now for some EPL action and the recap from all the scores. We saw Arsenal draw 3-3 with Southampton, which put a bit of a dent in their title hopes. They were $1.20. Draw was $7, and Southampton were $12. Fulham defeated Leeds 2-1. Fulham were $2.30. The draw was $3.50, and Leeds were $3. Brentford played out a 1-1 draw with Aston Villa. Brentford starting 263, draw getting up 325, and Villa were 275. Palace 0 drew with Everton 0. Palace starting that one $1.91. The draw up at 325, and Everton were 433. Saw Leicester defeat the Wolves 2-1. Leicester starting that one $2.38. Draw was $3.30, and Wolves were $3. And Liverpool took care of Notts Forest 3-2. Liverpool $1.18. Draw was $8, and Notts Forest were $15. Last night we saw West Ham get a big win, 4-0 over Bournemouth. Bournemouth starting that one $3. Draw was $3.25, and West Ham comfortably getting up at $2.45. And Newcastle thumped Tottenham 6-1 this morning. Newcastle were $1.91, pretty easy watch for the backers there. Draw was $3.75, and Tottenham were $4. We'll swing back home into Australia, where Friday night we saw the Wanderers 4 defeat Wellington Phoenix 0. Wanderers $1.91, draw was $3.60, and Phoenix were $3.80. Central Coast Mariners knocked off the Jets, who got 2 red cards. Mariners 3-1 there. Jets were $3.80, draw was $4.20, and Mariners getting up at $1.80. Melbourne City took home the biscuits away at Western United. That was 3-1. Western United starting $3.80, draw was $4.20, and Melbourne City were $1.80. Melbourne Victory 2 defeated Macarthur 1. Victory starting $1.50, draw was $4.75, and Macarthur were $6.50. And in a bit of an epic, Perth 4 drew with Adelaide United 4. Perth starting that one $2.80, draw was $3.80, and Adelaide United were $2.30. Sing out if you got involved in that game. Bit of a crazy match. Betfair would have been off the hook for sure, with some big odds, I'd imagine, late in that game with a few extra time goals. And tonight we've got Brisbane Roar taking on Sydney FC. Brisbane Roar $2.90. The draw is $3.60. Sydney FC are $2.30.
NBA.
All right, we'll head over to the States for the playoff results from today, and we'll give you a quick update on the market as it sits at the moment. We saw the Knicks 102 defeat the Cavs 93. Knicks $1.80, and Cavs were $2.05. The line -1.5 for the Knicks got up, and the total of 203.5 fell under. We saw the Warriors just get over the line against the Kings. Warriors $1.29, Kings were $3.70. Kings comfortably covered the 7.5 start, and the game total of 236.5 went over. We saw Boston 129 take care of Atlanta 121. Boston starting that one $1.32, and Atlanta were $3.50. They covered the -7.5, and the total of 230.5 went over. Minnesota T-Wolves, they nearly bottled it, but got the biscuits 114 to 108. That was after overtime, after they held a pretty commanding lead in the fourth. T-Wolves starting $2.55, and the Nuggets were $1.57. T-Wolves covering the +3.5, and the game total of 222.5 fell under after OT. So tough stuff if you were on the over in that game, even after OT. All right, quick market update for the NBA. Boston are currently favourites. They're at $3.50. This is on the corporates. The Bucks are at $4.50. They're trailing in their series 2-1 to Miami. Phoenix are at $5. Philly $8.50. Golden State $9.50. Denver at 10s, and we'll head down as far as the Lakers, who are at $14. Keep an eye on those markets over the next few days. Few big games coming up. Probably Milwaukee, one of the bigger ones, trailing 2-1. And Golden State seem to be limping over the line a little bit at the moment as well. And can the King do it for the Lakers is the big question.
Tennis.
All right, let's finish off with some tennis. We got 4 finals, I reckon, took place overnight. They're heading in, or they are in clay season at the moment. So we saw the biggest upset of the night, Dusan Lajovic. He defeated Andrei Rublev 2-1, 6-3, 4-6, 6-4. He was $4 for that, and Rublev starting $1.25 favourite. Carlos Alcaraz just keeps winning. He beat Tsitsipas 2-0, 6-3, 6-4. He started $1.25 for that, and Tsitsipas was $4. Holger Rune, he defeated Botic van der Zandenstoep. That was 2-1, 6-4, 1-6, 7-6. Excuse me. Thank you, Lucky Stars, if you were on Holger Rune. He was in all sorts in the third set, trailing trailing double break, and I reckon 40-15 on Botic's serve, and still got the chocolate. So bit of a choke job from Botic, but we'll probably learn from that, as Holger did in his last final. And on the women's side, Iga Swiatek defeated Arina Sabalenka 2-0, 6-3, 6-4. Probably going to be a force to be reckoned with throughout the clay season. Iga, she was $1.44 for that, and Sabalenka was $2.75. So both the men's and women's move over to Madrid this week, so should be some juicy odds around, especially in the first few stages. So keep an eye on those, and let me know if you've got any tips or need any tips. I'm happy to throw some out for you, but please don't hate me if I throw you out a loser. All right, that's all we got time for on this episode of the Sport Odds Scoreboard. Thanks for tuning in, and let me know if you enjoyed that or want to see any sports added or any tips for the weekend. Based off Twitter, most people will be going midfielders for tonight. Melbourne-Richmond game. A few people like the over. Heard Brayshaw's going to get through to the midfield as well, so they're probably angles for all your same game multis. And Bombers Collingwood teams probably coming out now, so keep an eye on that and suss out where you think people are going to play, and then price them up from there. Good luck for those games, and if you are having a punt over the weekend, please do gamble responsibly. That's all we got time for on this episode of the Sport Odds Scoreboard. Hope you enjoyed that one, and please don't be shy to give me any feedback. I'm available, like I said, on all your famous socials. Have a good Anzac Day, everyone. Make sure you do spare a thought for the Anzacs and take some time to remember them on the very special day. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Sport Odds Scoreboard later in the week. Peace out.